Hello, my name is Jason. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2002. I'd like to tell you a little about how connecting to cure has benefited me and the people I care about most. I'm very fortunate to have a strong support network of friends and family who care a great deal. When you have a chronic illness like Crohn's, it becomes apparent pretty quickly how much it affects not just your life, but the life of each caregiver. Everyone you know who truly cares is automatically impacted by Crohn's. When you're feeling pain, they're feeling pain, and there's a constant worry or concern that always exists, even when you're in remission for extended periods of time. It's always on their minds. It's the first question I hear, how are you feeling? And you can't just brush that question off with, I'm fine, like you might do with the rest of the world. For the people who really care about you, particularly during a pandemic, at least in my experience, you almost have to provide some hard evidence showing that you're both feeling well and taking every step to stay healthy. To be able to reassure people that you're okay and also point to something like Connecting to Cure as a reminder that you have a support network in LA available to you 24/7, totally dedicated to you and your well-being is remarkable. I actually came across Connecting to Cure through a concerned friend who essentially said, your health is affecting my health. After a very rough year, I had been hospitalized multiple times, multiple surgeries. She suggested the idea of a support group. And initially, that didn't go over very well on the first try, but she persisted, and I'm so glad she did. She presented it in a way where it was not about whatever misperceptions I had regarding support groups. It was about the fact that it could actually help her by giving her peace of mind. And because of the way Connecting to Cure focuses on the caregiver as well as the patient, I was able to see the possible benefit that just having a strong local support network of people dedicated to fighting Crohn's and colitis could have on someone I care about on the other side of the country. But more than anything, Connecting to Cures has significant personal impact. It certainly changed my attitude and provided me with a new perspective. It also gives me hope. It inspires me. Being around some of the most welcoming and kind, but also resilient people you'll ever meet is very rewarding. And to have access to that kind of support, people who know exactly what you're going through on any given day, is invaluable. And to hear people talk about what they've overcome, that gives me strength. To hear people talk about volunteering at the Painted Turtle Camp and how kids there view having Crohn's or colitis as a sort of superpower that helps them overcome other challenges, helps them be more empathetic. I didn't have Crohn's as a kid when I was diagnosed. I was an adult, and hearing something like that can give you an entirely different perspective, which can be so helpful. And in turn, by helping me, it of course also positively impacts all the caregivers in my life. And that's what is so special about Connecting to Cure. My sister came out to LA to run the marathon last year. She's amazing. She's also crazy because she's run like 10 of them, but she says LA is the best. And Connecting to Cure sponsored her. And when we sent out a fundraising announcement, it was so nice to see the response from friends and family who were positively impacted. People would say, hey, that's great that you have something like that locally available to you. I'm really glad that you're part of something like that. So you could tell the positive impact it made. And had Connecting to Cure not been unique in the sense of the caregiver focus, I probably would never have taken the first step and attended the meeting. I am very glad that I did. So particularly for patients impacted by Crohn's and colitis, whether you're doing well or having a rough time, I would encourage you to get involved with Connecting to Cure. Attend the meeting, see how it can benefit you and those you love. I've always been pretty reserved when it comes to discussing my illness, only ever with caregivers. I've never posted about my health on social media. I certainly never imagined that I'd be discussing it openly in this sort of setting, but I think that's indicative of the positive impact that Connecting to Cure has. And it is slightly terrifying to be speaking publicly right now about it, but I am honored to do so because of how much Connecting to Cure has benefited me. And that's only a fraction of the overall good that Connecting the Cure achieves, from advancing research to helping families in need at Children's Hospital to the Painted Turtle Camp, and 10 amazing years of Rock the Night events. Those are just a few examples of the work that Connecting the Cure does. So when you make a donation, do so knowing that it has such a far-reaching impact on so many people who are affected by Crohn's and colitis. Nonprofits have been devastated by COVID, and now more than ever, the importance and the benefit of a group like Connecting the Cure is really apparent. So please give generously and help ensure we have another decade of amazing impact and are able to continue working towards a cure.